my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of FM22's The Hall of Famer. The last episode is linked above for you, my friends. Be sure to go and check that one out, should you wish, and you're not yet caught up. But today, as you can see from the title and you can see from the little old thumbnail, suggests we're moving on, and we have not moved far, but we have moved on. And so we start here, my friends, today's episode at the Hall of Famer journey. And basically this is something I said I was going to do every time we moved football clubs. So we definitely have. We officially end our time at Timisoara on the 15th of June 2024. Which does mean this goes down as a resignation. Now, I did kind of consider just leaving the contract to run until the very end and then leaving it the same way we did with Reykjavik. But it didn't look like a new contract was going to be offered to me, and I thought I need to get cracking on the next job. The difference with Reykjavik was that their season was a really irregular time in the year, whereas with Timisoara, it was more the normal European dates. So I wanted to give myself the summer, early part of the summer, to try and find a job. So then if I did go in somewhere, it'd give me time to work on the team through pre-season and so on and so on. So I decided to leave. It goes down as a resignation, but it is what it is. Now, our time there was relatively successful. We had one Liga 2 Casa Perillior, I believe is how we say that. That was the league title in the second division, which was top notch. Then we got a Manager of the Month in the same competition, and we also got two Casa Liga 1 Manager of the Months as well. So a relatively successful time with Timisoara. I'm not going to put down like league position finishes or whatnot. I'm only going to do the stuff that like the accolades and stuff that we win on this screen. But obviously a very high finish in that second season with them as well has seen us you know, make our way into the favoured personnel, and it was seen as a really good season. So, yeah, it is what it is. Now, we're moving on. We're moving club, and we're not going far. We're literally going to do a hop, skip, and a jump into Austria, and we are now the manager of Grazer Athletic Sport Club 1902. We officially take charge on the 6th of July, and it's now time for me to introduce you to the new club. So here we are, my friends. This is Grazer Athletic Sport Club 1902, better known as Grazer FC, I believe. But yeah, we'll cover all that in a moment. I don't have any kits loaded just yet. They're being made as we speak, okay? So there are going to be kits and stuff on here for next time. But the first thing we need to do, before I crack on and talk to you about Grazer, I talk to you about the jobs that we were offered as well as this one. And I also said last episode, I talked about the jobs I was offered during my time at Timisoara. Now, we were actually offered the jobs at Chania in Greece and Cluj in Romania, both from top division clubs, so I couldn't take either of those jobs while I was at Politecnica Timisoara. I was offered them the tail end of last season, just had to reject straight away. Now, we've gone in for our third job, we've had to search for a job, we've had to look for somewhere to manage, we've ended up at Grazer, and our big reason for ending up here is wage budget and transfer budget. It's astronomical, okay? And it's massive compared to what we've been given in the last two clubs. We were offered the chance to manage at Serang, that were in Belgium, I do believe. They were only going to give us 10k in wage budget, though. We were given the opportunity to manage Wiener Victoria as well. They're in the same division as we are. This is the second division, by the way, of Austria. So should we get promoted, we'd have the chance to face off against the likes of Salzburg and stuff like that. They were going to give us 870k transfer budget and 17.5k in wage budget. We also got offered the chance to manage in Russia with FC Khimki. They were going to give us no transfer budget, but £68,000 worth of wage budget. And it was tempting until Grazer approached me. I didn't even approach this club. They approached me. And they gave me 50k of wage budget and £3.3 million worth of transfer budget in the second division of Austrian football. And I would have been a fool not to take the job. So that is why we find ourselves here, my friends. And we've got lots to cover today. So I am literally going to be doing a big introduction to the club. I'm going to show you the finances, the club vision, our expectations for the season, the transfers, because I've gone in basically in control of all the transfers because I've gone in early enough. I'm then going to play one game today because there's going to be lots and lots of stuff to get through, as you can all imagine. But yeah, this is the club. This is Grazer. They are, as I've said, in the second division of Austrian football. Never managed in my whole time of playing Football Manager. I never managed in Austria. So this is going to be interesting. They've got a relatively big stadium, 16,000 seater stadium. Nearly 1,500 season ticket holders. They've got a good fan base. So yeah, they were founded in 2012. But I think this might be as a result of a split with other clubs and stuff. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't actually sat and read up on this club like I did Timisoara and Reykjavik. But I do plan to at some point. I just wanted to get the episode out. I was really excited at the prospect of this club, basically, because of their financial position and just their ambition, basically, as well. So yeah, this could potentially be a club that we stay at a bit longer than the 2 years that we've been doing at the other two clubs. So yeah, it might be a bit interesting. But anyway, this is the club. This is their icons, legends. Their big rivals are Sturm Graz. It's a local rivalry, and they've also got rivalries with Austrian Vienna and the Rapid Vienna. So yeah, cool stuff there. If we take a quick look at this, you're going to see that they've been a bit of a yo-yo club. They've been a bit up and down in recent years. They've been stuck in this division, basically. They finished second, 10th last year, second the season before, but they were last in the top division way back when, basically. But they were known as a different club then, which is now extinct. But yeah, it's been a long time, basically, since they were up in the top division. They were up there last in 2006-07. So, but you can see the history's ridiculous. They actually have a Topeka Bundesliga title to their name, which is the division above us. They've also got cup titles to their name. They've won this competition. We're in 3 times. So they are a team with a rich history, okay, and we need to maybe bring this back to them. That's basically was one of the big drawing points, as well as the finances. They're a team with a lot of history, and when you've won stuff, then you're born winners, aren't you? So that's a really interesting thing. Apologies for keep itching my nose. I don't know what it is, but I keep getting this. I think I might have allergies to something, and I don't know what it is. But anyway, finances. Called out 1.3 million still in the bank, but I have been spending some money, okay? Now, the original budget was actually reduced from 3.3 to 2.6 when the game resets. Basically, the game resets itself every season to kind of bring itself up to date. So when it did that, it was reduced by a little bit, but it didn't matter because I added a bit of wage budget anyway, because I was trying to bring in certain players, I was trying to balance out the books and whatnot. But it's still an amazing it's still an amazing transfer budget. Like it's nothing. It's compared to what we've been having in previous clubs. This is an unbelievable amount of money, isn't it? And the wages as well is just a joke. But yeah, the wages are pretty good. We're no debt. Good sponsorships, so we're pulling in a lot of money, and we are one of the bigger clubs in the division, so that's something to look at. As far as the club vision is concerned, they want us to play defensively solid football. Now, I've played a bunch of games for 2 reasons. One, the club was in a mess and the transfers needed sorting out, and so did the club. And 2, we're going to be playing my 100th game in management today, and I thought it was a special occasion to do that with a new club. So that's what we're going to be doing. So yeah, there's some games have been played, and I'll get you up to date in a moment. But play defensively solid. They're pretty pleased because we've been doing all right. Well within the budget. They're going to reserve judgment. They wait till the end of the season for that. They want us to finish in the top half of the table, which I think is definitely doable. They want us to reach the 3rd round of the Cup. They're pleased because we're going all right in that competition. The transfer and youth facilities improvement to be completed. That is something that's currently being worked on, as you can see, due to be completed at the end of September. So not too long to wait. My contract is for 2 years. It's up at the end of the 25-26 season, so next year. It's a normal thing, basically, with these clubs not to offer really long contracts to the manager. But again, what I'm going to potentially do with this club, is we'll do this season, see how it goes. If we go up, and I feel like we're in a good position, maybe we stay for a season and we see what we can do, similar to what we did with Timisoara. I kind of feel like this club's built a bit different though. Like, they seem stable, they seem financially able to help me build teams and stuff like that as well, and they do have pulling power, which you're going to see with the signings that I've made. So I feel like this club is somewhere we could stay for a bit longer term, and especially maybe remain here while I do my badges. You're going to see in a moment we have started our next badge. But yeah, basically they want us to maintain a top half finish, but really for me, my expectation is I want to get them promoted as soon as possible. That's what I'd like to do. So the next thing that I need to show you really is the transfers. More than anything, isn't it? Because this is the team we've been building. And then once I've done the transfers, I'll show you the squad and I'll show you some of the players they had there already that I think are good and going to be key players for us this season. But a lot of work's been done in the transfer window. Now, these top two players I had nothing to do with. I had absolutely nothing to do with these two players. Thomas Meyer came in before I joined, and I think this one was kind of lined up. So Barin's come in on loan as well. But from there down, I've had something to do with every single one of them. And as far as the players going out, other than Mormon, I am the one that's done all of these dealings as well. So Coach has gone out on loan. He's seen as like a bit of a prospect for the football club at left back. So we've let him go out on loan for the season. To be honest with you, I don't anticipate he's actually going to achieve anything. I think he'll probably be moved on. Lucas Turch is another one who I've sent out on loan. But I've sent him out on loan with a fee attached to it. Basically, I was never going to play him. His wages were a silly amount of money, but no one wanted to buy him. So I've just let him go on loan with the potential to be bought. He's gone out to SKU Amsterdam. I think they're in our division. And then there's Marcel Ziegel, who's gone out for 210k. Another player who I just didn't anticipate getting football. And he's the wrong side of 30. You know me, guys. I like to build young football teams, and I have nothing against players over the age of 30. Some of them can be world-class players, and then I would hold on to them. But I just prefer building younger, hungrier teams, basically. So we let him go. Thomas Meyer, although I didn't sign him, he does look like this, and that's why I wouldn't have signed him, because I don't actually think he's that good a player. But he can play a lot of positions, so he might help us out during the course of the season. Matija Burin, he can play right back and centre back, and I actually think he might be a pretty helpful addition to the team. He's a bit unhappy about his playing time at the minute, but I'm thinking about playing him in today's game. But yeah, he's a pretty well-rounded defender at both right back and centre back. I think we can all agree. So yeah, he might be very, very helpful. He comes in from Maribor. Next up, I'm not going to do this in any order with most expensive signing to least expensive. I'm just going to go through them in the nature that I signed them, okay? So we've got Philippe Vasco next. 95k we paid for this player. I think that's all we're going to pay for him as well. And he is a centre-back. And you can already see, gang, that the levels of the player is far higher than what we've been signing at both Reykjavik and Timisoara before this. So, yeah, he's a pretty tasty-looking player. And he's probably going to be one of the starting centre-backs this season, and he's going to be in there to do a job for us for the course of it. A 25-year-old Slovakian player. Next up, we've got Haidar Lanzuri. Now, he's coming for 39k, and he's actually a player I looked at when I was at Timisoara, but he ended up going elsewhere. And I didn't hold it against him, and it's just because I think he's a really good player. Now, he's not going to play wing-back, he's going to play full-back for us. So if I just select the position he's going to play, you're going to see he's very, very well-rounded attributes in all the areas that I need him to be. He's played a few games this year, he's looked really good, he's 25 years of age, a Colombian, and he comes in for just under £2,000 a week. That's about the going rate at this club. That's sort of what the wages are. So you can kind of get an idea of, the wages are very, very different as well. We then signed Luca Rausch. He's coming on loan from Red Bull Salzburg, a club I've already mentioned. And he's sort of going to play He's going to play a rotational role up front because I signed a striker, forgetting that I was looking at this guy. But to be honest with you, he's going to help us. He's going to really, really help us during the course of the season. I think he's a pretty well-rounded striker as well. Next up, we've got Marius Koy, who comes in from Academica, who
with a team we know well. We faced off against them. I believe at one point he scored a winner for them, or a late equaliser. I can't remember which it was, but we have history with him, but he's coming for 175k, and he's probably going to be our new starting right winger. Unfortunately, at the moment, he's getting over an injury. He did play. He's already made his debut, and then he picked up an injury in training, and he hasn't been able to play since. But he's a really, really well-rounded player, and he can play attacking midfield as well, which I think he would probably be just as good in if you're looking at those attributes, as they're pretty solid. 24 years of age, and he comes in for just over $2,000 a week. Next up is a signing that comes with a lot of potential and a big fee. It's a big fee. 300,000 up front with a potential to go up to 525k. He comes in from Enyiba Abba, and his name is Mohamed Kingsley, a Nigerian centre midfielder. Now, you're probably looking at him and thinking the attributes don't look crazy good, but there's some in there that are telling. The stamina is very good. The natural fitness is good. The determination is good. And he's been good when we played him. Okay, he's a good player, a consistent player, and I think we might have a little gem here. Now, the thing with him is he's got a minimum fee release clause, but it's a big amount of money. So if he does end up having a good year and then a big club buys him, financially it's going to pay off for us. And sometimes you have to look at that ahead of what he's going to give you. You got to think about what he's going to give you in the future as well, whether that means he's with you or he's not. So it's an important thing to be looking at, but I think he has the potential to be a really, really top player for us. Next up is Esther Sokler. Now, he is officially sort of my starting striker. 76k. He comes in from Maribor, so same club as Burin, but he's going to be playing up front. And he's a 25-year-old Slovakian striker, and again, well-rounded across the board. And I think he's going to do like pretty good stuff for us. He's got 3 and 3 already for us this season. He's been really, really good, and I just hope that he can continue to score goals at the level that we need him to. Big wages, $2,500 a week, but I think it will be worth it. Next up is Colm Moran. He's a youngster. He's coming for 125k from Glentoran. We kind of signed him because I'd signed an attacking midfielder who can't join us until January because of his age. So I had to go out and find another one. But I think Colm's just as good. And this is Colm. He's a Northern Irish player, 19 years of age. I don't think the fee's too big. And the biggest thing for me is those mentals. They are ridiculously good for a player of his age, and maybe for a team of this calibre, or a second division team at the end of the day. But yeah, he's played really well. He's been going all right. The wages are not astronomical, and I think he's going to be a really, really good player for us this year. Next, we've got Tobias Christiansen. He comes in from Vålerenga for 350k up front, 750k potentially add-ons. But he's good. This is Tobias. I'm going to probably turn him into a left winger. My reason for that is I just feel like he has the attributes to do it. He can play cam, he can play centre mid, which is helpful because injuries during the course of a season can kill you off. So it's good that he can play both those positions, but I think I'm going to play him at left wing, and he is coming in as the highest paid player at the club on $3,500 a week, but I feel like it was well worth just splurging that money on him. Now, I'm going to throw it out there. He has not started well. He has not started well, but time will tell if he's going to be the player we need him to be. But a 24-year-old, he's still relatively young and brings the age of the squad down considerably. And then the last player to introduce you to is Oscar Hoyland. He nearly joined full-time, but they offered him a new contract. He accepted, so I loaned him. And yeah, this is what we're getting from Copenhagen. Centre midfielder, and yeah, a 19-year-old Danish player with a lot of potential, and he's going to come in as a squad player. And I just feel like he just makes us stronger at the end of the day. So yeah, that's pretty much our transfer window. We are working on signings. We've just missed out on Paterm Bio. He would have been amazing, but he's gone to Fiorentina instead, and you can probably see why. He was going to come in as centre mid. This is Kyle Mulwayne or Fulwayne. I'm not sure how we're saying that surname, but he's a South African attacking midfielder. He's going to be joining us from Sundowns. Yeah, this is the one that I had to go and get Kelm for because he wasn't old enough. But as you can see, a top-notch player. And then we're working on Tavongi Rashesha, who is going to be a right-back should he sign for us. But there's lots of clubs in for him, so we'll have to wait and see. But I feel like he looks pretty good and he's going to be better than what we got here. But yeah, he looks like a really, really good player. I think he was just released by Swansea. Yeah, he's just been out on loan to a load of clubs. They've just released him, so he's available on a free transfer. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to get the job done. Now, as far as the squad's concerned, it looks a little something like this, gang. So there's a lot of players in here. There's players here that were here before me. This guy here, on Jenovic, he's probably going to play like a very big role. I think he looks okay, apart from his mentals are a bit weak, but he looks pretty good. We've also got Nicholas Wimmer, who I think looks good as well. I think he's going to play a big role for us. The goalkeepers, you know, they're both all right. I'm not going to show you them. They're not really that interesting. We've got a Viberbayer. He's a right back at the club, but I think that there's some players out there that are better than him. We've got Philip Erhardt, who I think is a pretty good centre midfielder. I think he could do a job for us. Payham, he's all right, not bad. 32 though, so he's getting on a little. We've got George Davis, whose attributes are crap, but he's a top player. Like every time I played him, he's performed. Like he's really, really good. We've got, that's about it, I think. There's just, like I say, there's plenty of players here, and it's a really, really well-rounded team. It is. So as far as the fixtures that have been played, we only played a few friendlies. The season has started. I played a cup game, and then it started, unfortunately, with a couple of draws and then a couple of wins. We did start to pick it up. But the cup game, we won by 4-0 against lesser opposition, it does have to be said. But Mikic got a hat-trick and Erhardt got a goal. We then came up against Polton, 0-0 draw in this one. We weren't really at it and neither were they, so the draw was probably about right. Then we came up against Amstetten, and a 3-3 was really disappointing because, as you can see, we took the lead, we surrendered the lead, we took the lead, they took the lead, we gained it back, we then took the lead, surrendered the lead. It was a really frustrating game, but a 3-3, still undefeated, it's not too bad. Then we came up against Blau Vibe Linz, a 2-1 win in this one, Kingsley and Davies with the goals, and then we came up against FC Juniors, and we got a 3-1 win in this one. They actually went 1-0 to the good, but Soklar and Wimmer with the goals, and all was put to bed inside 25 minutes. So, competitions. These are, obviously, you know the expectations already. We're going to be in the second round of the Cup, and I'm probably going to bring that to your next episode because I'm going to take it seriously. I'm going to show you why in a moment. And then finished up after in the league, and as you can see, the 2 wins, the 2 draws, 8 points on the board. We're up there. So basically, if I start with the league first, so I can show you the season preview. They expect us to finish 4th. So we are one of the better teams in the division. We've got the highest net spend at the moment. But you'll see Wimmer's in the dream team, which is amazing. No one else is in there, but it's nice to see at least one player in there. So, yeah, that's kind of like our season expectations. And then if I show you the league structure, the league works like this. 1 club gets promoted, 3 go down. So basically, you have to win the league. There's no playoff system that's going to get you up. You've got to win it. So we need to be super, super consistent if we're going to go up this year. And because there's only 1 relegation, because there's only 12 teams in the top division. So, yeah, it's going to be a really difficult task to get us out of this league. But we will try our damnedest, my friends. So, yeah, there's nothing more to show you there. And then the cup, oh my God, I've got the itchiest nose. It's really annoying me. The cup, we're into the second round, but if I show you the rules, we're in the second, so we've got third, quarter, semi-final. So we don't actually have that many rounds to navigate to get to a final. So obviously the big teams end up in it. I think they come in it from the third round. So we have got to worry about them. But we've got to take it seriously. And I think we're going to do that. Because remember, the Hall of Fame is all about winning stuff to get your manager points to make your Hall of Fame ranking the highest it can be. Last thing I want to show you before we crack on with some football, because that's basically where we really need to be, because I've been waffling for a long time now, is the manager's profile. You can see we're studying for our Continental B licence. They let me do it straight away off the bat. And as far as last season's concerned, we actually finished runner-up for the manager of the season in Romania. And I was gutted we didn't get it. But yeah, we're about to manage our 100th game. So let's get to it, my friends. And this is the team I'm going to go with for this big game away to Vienna Victoria, who are one of the teams that offered us a chance to manage them. So I'm not going to fanny about now. Let's crack on. So we're going to go with Reigler in goal, Barin and Prokop at fullback, Vasco and Wimmer at centre back. Kingsley's going to partner Earhart in the midfield. We're going to go Davis left, Penham right, Moran through the middle, and Sockler up top. So here we go, gang. Big game. Very big game indeed. But I do feel like it's one we probably should be winning. So, yeah, let's just see how this one's going to play out, shall we? I just hope we can really sort of get ourselves together, create some chances, put it in the back of the net, win the game, move on up. Because getting out of this league is going to be difficult. And it's going to be really difficult with Mohamed Kingsley going off injured. And it don't look good, a potential knee injury, does it? We'll bring Hoyland on. Right, we'll change these two around just because of the feet they use. So yeah, let's get that done. I'm worried about that. Let's hope that's not a bad injury. Right, Vasco into Earhart, ball over the top. Yes, getting the rest of Sockler with the goal. Puts it on his strong foot and tucks it past the keeper. Lovely stuff. Good reaction to the injury as well. Right, Barin passes into Wimmer, into Hoyland, now into Earhart. Wimmer, got the keys to my Bimmer. That's not actually the words of the song, but it could be Wimmer's song for all we know. Passing is very nice thus far. Good stuff from the boys. Davies now. He is absolutely rapado. He gets a ball in. Oh, it's nearly another really, really good goal, but it's not to be. This does continue though. Is it the inside of the post? He's had two amazing chances there to put us 2-0 up. Throw in, though. Ball in. Yes! Esther Sockler, could he have... Oh, they're going to chalk this one off. There's no VAR in this division. Annoying. Very, very annoying. But is what it is. Right, throw in. Moran. Ball coming in, and it's in the back of the net, and it's Sockler that scored, and this one is going to count. I was worried. I was looking across. The Lion-O started to walk away. It's 2-0. Come on. This is how we want to celebrate my 100th game in charge. Sockler could have had a hat-trick. He probably actually could have had 4 or 5, if you're thinking about the other 2 chances that he's missed. Free kick. Oh, header just over the bar. Lots and lots of chances. And lovely stuff from us. Right, Barin, short on the corner. Why is he even on corners? And the header goes just wide. My God. What a first half. This is going to drag us all the way up to 3rd place. Should we go on and win the game. But it's looking like we might at the moment. Moran, free kick. We get on the end of it. Sockler's going to pick it up. He's gone back to Hoyland. Now into Barin. Into Moran. Into Davies. Oh, the overlap should have been on there. He didn't go. But it doesn't matter. Oh, the flag's up. Flag's up. Relying on the Lion-O. Bloody geezer. Anyway, half time. Loads of chances. Top half of football. We're just going to say, I know you're capable, better. I'd like to see some more goals if possible. But yeah, it's a really good half of football, and Hoyland's come in and he's done very well in the midfield. I was worried about Kingsley getting injured. I'm excited about Kingsley, so I'm hoping that that's not a bad one. Especially, you know, big injuries at their young ages can really set their development back. I'm going to make my first change. It's going to be Davies coming off for Christensen. I didn't start Christensen because his last 2 games he hasn't been that good. But we'll make that change. And we'll send Christensen out and see what he can do for the rest of the game. Oh, Sokla, that's not good. Oh, it's a very, very good play from them. He holds the ball up well. It's still there. And it's hit the post and bounced away. And it's a good opportunity for them. They broke very, very well there after a sloppy pass from Sokla. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to make that change. I'm going to put Christensen inside and bring Meyer on to play out on the left. And we'll bring Moran off because his energy levels had started to dip. Don't want another big injury to one of my young hopefuls. But this is looking like it's going to be a top result, everyone. My 100th game in charge is going to be a win, and our first game officially together watching this, our new club, is going to be top banana by the looks of things, as we do have a throw-in. Prokop's ball. It's Hoyland now. Goes back to Earhart, back to Hoyland. Going to come wide to Budin. Hoyland offered himself earlier for Barim, but he just didn't see it. This is good, though. This is good. And Penham's goal's going to count this time. And it's 3-0. Get in there. What a performance. What a performance from the boys. Christensen sets that one up as well. Good stuff from him. Come on, that's a massive 3 points. Okay, my friends, so a really, really good win. And we're scoring a lot of goals with this club at the moment. Probably averaging 3 goals a game. So yeah, absolutely amazing. Now, I'm not going to play a lot. I'm going to come back for that cup game. So we're literally going to play 3 games. And then I'll be back to play Wacker Innsbruck. And we'll also play SV Horn in the league as well. It's going to be a really difficult season, this. Got to win the league to go up. Whether or not we're going to do that, I don't know. I don't know if we're strong enough, but that's just because I don't really know the strength of the other teams, and I won't know until I've played them all. But at the moment, we're looking pretty good. Kingsley's injury was a pretty bad one. He's going to be out for about 6-7 weeks, so we're going to be without him in the midfield. But we've got players. Hopefully, we'll do well, and the window is still open. So. If it turns out it's too bad, I'll try and sign some more players. But we currently sit 3rd in the league, and Sokla is top goal scorer, which is absolutely amazing to see. So yeah, 3 wins, 2 draws. Obviously, Tyrrell look like the team to catch at the moment, but everything's looking pretty good at the beginning of our time with this new club. We will be back very, very soon for that cup game and for more adventures with our new club, Graza AK. So there you have it, my friends. We're done and dusted for another episode of the Hall of Famer. New club, first win in the books. Lovely old job. We're going to continue to push on next episode, my friends. Be sure to let me know what you make of the new club in the comment section below. I know we've moved a few times in pretty quick succession, but you have to understand the nature of the series kind of needs you to do it at times, and yeah, this is just one of those instances. But anyway, I'm done, my friends. If you're new around here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's the best way to support the channel. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. It's really important. It helps me out massively. Also, check the description box for things like my Discord and my socials. Both I'm very, very active on. I have amazing communities that I talk to all the time. You can be part of that too, my friends, so feel free to join. But until the next one, I'm saluting you all. Stay safe, stay humble, and I will see you on the next one.